Looking for quality food storage for hiking, fishing, hunting, basic survival needs, or just for everyday use? Check out our food storage line at carolinaprepper.com. We also carry other fine quality products such as our can concealment holsters for men and women. Keeping your firearm under cover and within reach puts confidence in your hands in any situation. Our products are 100% American made. Check us out today at carolinaprepper.com.
And now, it's time to...
Good morning, everybody. Let's try this again. Hey, Robin. Robin, let me know if you can hear me all right. Good to see everybody. Hey, Frag. Hey, Marianne. Good to see you. Mel, how everybody? Good to see everybody. Chasey. How's Chessie? Texas History. Jules, good to see you. Hello, hello. Bill, good to see you. We're trying it again today on Facebook. See if we get a full hour on Facebook. Hey, Lori. Weinstein, free scope, please. You know, actually, it's going to not be free on that one. How are you? I'm great. How are you, Chessie? Good, Robin. Good. Thank you for letting me know. Who is that with the horse? I love the horse. Thank you for the horse. Hey, Julia, thank you. Everybody, please go ahead and invite your followers. Invite everybody in, please, please, please. And I'm going to go ahead and read you a little bit of Proverbs while you're inviting people in, and then we'll get started. We have a lot to talk about today, and hopefully I'm not on borrowed time today with Facebook where they're going to shut me down. We'll see. But I'm off of restriction for the day anyway. Hey, Donna. All right, so Proverbs 19. Better is the poor who walks in his integrity than one who is perverse in his lips and is a fool. Also, it is not good for a soul to be without knowledge, and he sins who hastens with his feet. The foolishness of a man twists his way, and his heart frets against the Lord. Wealth makes many friends, but the poor is separated from his friend. A false witness will not go unpunished, and he who speaks lies will not escape. Many entreat the favor of the nobility, and every man is a friend to one who gives gifts. All the brothers of the poor hate him. How much more do his friends go far from him? He may pursue them with words, yet they abandon him. All right, thank you so much. Hey, Mark, amen. Hey, Tom, good to see you. All right, so, hey, Hugh, good morning. Please continue to invite people in. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Barbara. Hello, how are you? Thank you, Texas History Lover. Please, can I pay PayPal for unlimited? Yes, you can pay me all that you want to pay me, whoever said that. All right, now I have some things to show you on a more serious note. I got this yesterday. This is from carolinaprepper.com, or, you know, however you know them by. It's Carolina Food Storage. But go to carolinaprepper.com, you'll find this. Now, this is called Simple Plate. This is what I want to show you. Thank you, Tom. Look at this. This is from the first time that I've gotten anything like this. On the inside, I hope everybody can see this. Look at what we have on the inside. They have packages that are numbered with cheese, dough, everything that you put on top of it, all numbered. And then they give you this. They tell you step by step how to make this. Hey, Frankie. So if you're looking for something, whether it's prepping, you know, for when and if your power's out or anything else, these simple plate meals, I can't wait to try this and tell you what it's like. This is a sausage, a garden veggie pizza with sausage. Okay, so this is, I can't wait. Yeah, it is. I mean, seriously, they give you step by step with all the ingredients packaged in there and show you everything. I'll move back a little bit so everybody can see it at one time. Is it organic? You know, that I don't know. Let me see. It doesn't say on here, but it does have the ingredients on the side. And if you go there to the website, you know what? You'd be surprised who doesn't know how to make pizza. Are you kidding? How many people make pizza at home, right? And this way you can do it with no problems. Also, they gave me these little snackies. Can't wait to get into this. This should be good. These are called freeze-dried snackies indulgence, and I believe this is the cookie dough bites. So I'll let you know. Yeah, you don't have to. I guess you could take it without the sausage. Just don't put the sausage in. You know, it would be pretty easy to do. Hey, Brian, good to see you. Hey, Hugh, not you. Hugh doesn't know how to make sausage pizza, right? I cannot stay. Okay, no problem, Lori. Thank you for dropping in on this Friday the 13th. Does anybody think about Friday the 13th or even care that it's Friday the 13th? Spencer said, plenty in the press about the criminal VA these past few months. Of course, nothing will be done by Shulkin, Congress, or this administration if history is any lesson. All right. Hugh or pizza. So got your hockey mask on today. Good, Brian. Everybody needs a hockey mask on Friday the 13th. Yeah, I mean, I looked at the calendar. It's the only way I knew that it was Friday the 13th. And I went, uh-oh. but nobody really cares, I guess. Pizza and bear night. And beer night. You said bear night, Chicago Pops. Is it Chicago Bear Nights? Is that what you're saying? Well, did decide not to make it my first day to drive again. Oh, wow, Barbara. Yes, beer. Pizza and beer. Hey, Gary, good to see you. All right. My daughter was born on Friday the 13th. Oh, wow, Texas. I read my devotion this morning and never even thought about it. Good for you, Barbara. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Pizza and wings. All right. Is pizza and wings, is that where do you think that people eat that more often? Because in California we kind of do, but not so much. But it seems to be more like a Texas thing. Is that a Texas thing? Texas, there you go. Buffalo, Arizona. Okay, well, I guess it is a thing then. Let me know on YouTube if you're still hearing me okay. If the sound goes down or whatever, just let me know. Yes, okay. So, all right. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on. As you know, the president this afternoon is going to be talking about the Iran deal. Hello, how are you, Teresa? Going to be talking about the Iran deal, and pretty much I'm thinking that, hey, Nick, he's going to be saying we're not going to be doing this. We're going to end it, and it's going to be Congress who has to do something. Thank you, Mark, for letting me know. So they'll send it back to Congress, and Congress will decide whether or not there should be sanctions. And, you know, I mean, I think there should be, but we'll see what happens. I've been teased all my life about being born on a Friday the 13th. Sorry, Robin. I was a newborn on Friday the 13th as well. Boy, a lot of Friday the 13th people. Should do the same with Russia. Good morning. Yeah, if you missed the scripture, you can go back and hear it. I talked about Proverbs 19 for those coming in a little bit late. Hey, Michael. Now, I don't know if you heard this, but President Trump is also planning, this is coming out in the press, so kind of take it a little bit with a grain of salt, but although I can see this happening, he's planning to end the subsidy payments under Obamacare. This year, these payments are worth about $7 billion, and it covers out-of-pocket medical expenses to low-income Americans enrolled in Obamacare, supposedly. Being born on 13th would be fun. You think so, Barbara? Hey, Josette, good morning. The CBO says this will increase premiums for Obamacare by 20%, also increase federal budget deficit by $194 million over the next 10 years. The Trump administration says it can't legally pay subsidies under Obamacare. And you know, yesterday what he did, the liberals are going to go wild. But think about this. We didn't have, hey, Patrick, we didn't have this issue when we had insurance. We weren't, you know, again, we had this very small population, very small number in the population that needed to be covered that weren't covered. So instead of changing the entire system, which in a lot of respects was working very well, government walked in, said, oh, we're going to take over, and then they've created a monster. Hey, Teresa. I don't always agree with Rand Paul, but with him approving this, I'm encouraged. Yeah, Barbara, and you know what Rand Paul wants again is for all of the companies to be able to kind of go out and sort of co-op together and come up with their own insurance and what it costs and things like that. Small percentage was uninsured but still had access to health care. That's true. That's true, Brad. And if you are illegal, here illegally, you've always had medical care. That's if you go to the emergency rooms in California, it's crowded by potentially those people who are here illegally. That's what they use as a doctor's office. Thank you, Josette, for the hair compliment. Thank you, Hugh, for the hair compliment as well. So we'll see what happens on that. Anything government touches gets more expensive. Absolutely, Rhonda. Absolutely. Over state lines insurance is good. I agree, Cully. It's the way it should be. And I think that, you know, we'll have to see what California is going to do. They may not allow it because they want a one-payer system, and they'll do anything they can to thwart that. I love that Trump and Rand Paul did. Proud of my senator and president, Robin said. Absolutely. 28 million had no health care under ACA. Yeah, because nobody can afford it, Barbara. You're right. I mean, seriously. People who under Obamacare, they said, oh, your problems are going to be over with. They can't afford to buy insurance. People think and say illegals don't use our medical system. Oh, that's so wrong. Hi, Susan and guys. Hope we are all okay today. Yes, Lee. Hope you're fine too. Yeah, I think that we need to get back to the system that we had before, which is insurance companies under the capitalist type system where the market, the free market works to take care of things. Hey, John, but we can make some improvements. I mean, I know that's what's going to be done anyway, whether I like it or not. The government is going to have some interference in it. So we can make some type of adjustments. We can get these people covered that weren't covered before. And let's face it, a lot of the millennials, they don't want to be covered, but not crony capitalism. Yeah, and Brad, that's what makes it that way. Capitalism in and of itself is great. It's the people who corrupt it and use it for their wrong and their own benefit. That's what happens. Our deductible was $2,000 before Obama. It's $7,000 now. You've got to be kidding me. 35 million lost their health care under the Affordable Health Care Act, myself included, Nick said. Sorry to hear that, Nick. I mean, seriously. Anybody out there who thinks that Obamacare is covering a lot of people, it isn't. You're kidding yourself. And, you know, as I've talked about before, our insurance plans just skyrocketed. Yours is $9,000 deductible? Good Lord. You might as well pay out of pocket because nothing is ever going to be covered. Unless you have a serious illness and you're in the hospital. That's the only time it's going to be covered. I know, Cully. That's crazy. Yeah, that is amazing. I can't even believe that. Yep, you have that. You know, okay, here's some other information that we didn't get the beginning of the week. Hello, how are you? Random picks. That's Don. Hard to cover a big family. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. How would you do that? And Robin said they always interfere. They do always interfere. You know, I've heard so many people lately, and it's typically the millennials that are criticizing Donald Trump. Oh, he doesn't take things seriously. Oh, he's making jokes about the First Amendment and taking the licenses away from like NBC or whatever. First of all, he does that because it throws the left off their game and they go into a tailspin. But besides that, okay, look around. Look and see where we are right now and how we got here. We didn't get here by Donald Trump putting us here. We didn't have health care, the automobile industry, the banking industry, marriage, and on and on and on, affected because of Donald Trump. What about your criticism about all the other presidents that came before and left him with an evil swamp to fix? I mean, seriously. You don't like Donald Trump because he has a sense of humor that you're not used to? What you want him to act like Obama, Carter, Clinton, and some of the Bushes? Is that what you want? No, thank you. We use Christian MedShare now, $500 a month, but no actual coverage. I know, and that's the problem with that different kind of Medcare like that, whether it's Christian Medcare or something else. I mean, you have to go and pay out of pocket and then hope that you get reimbursed. He is honest with us, Barbara. He really is. Millennials have barely enough experience, life experience. Trump's Iran announcement today. Yes, Cully, I was saying that a couple minutes ago. And I think it's going to be that he's going to say we're not going to do it anymore. And then it'll be whether or not Congress is going to give them any sanctions. They do. Never Trumpers have principles. Yeah, I mean, seriously, it's kind of like, good morning, Amanda. You have to go back in history. If you're under 30, he didn't say what time. He said this afternoon, Donna. But go back in history and listen. PBS sucks. They killed all low-power radio stations. Wow. Thanks, Don. But go back in history and look and see what has been done by the other presidents. Where were the millennials at that point? 12:30 Eastern. That's when Donald Trump is going to speak. Where were they before when basically all this stuff was happening with the other presidents? Could be they were too young for most of them. But, I mean, go back and look at history if you're going to criticize this president. Hey, Political, good to see you. I get VA care free. It comes with a toe tag. That's right, John. And you know nothing is free, right? Some of the other things that we didn't talk about at the beginning of the week. Marco Rubio is supporting Jeff Flake. He did a fundraiser for him on Monday. So just remember that. Remember who's supporting Jeff Flake. Marco Rubio. I love New Yorkers, real people. UK police. Yeah, we're going to get into Weinstein in a minute. Yes. Sad John vets deserve better care. Somebody was saying John over here on Periscope. Now that's free VA health care. Exactly. Rubio is a swamper. Somebody said Flake is a flake. Flake is, I think, one of the worst people that we've ever gotten into office. Hey, Robin, thank you for the flowers and good morning. Hey, Daniel, Marco is going left. Yeah, he's probably already been there. Hey, Jerry, good to see you. Marco stinks, Robin said. Elizabeth Warren was at a fundraiser in Cali an hour from where you're at. Hey, Nancy, good to see you. Rainbows and coffee. Yeah, I on my YouTube today, because I've been, I don't know, being watched, I guess, would be a good way to say it. Everything that I'm doing lately is not advertiser friendly. So I know they listen, so it won't really matter. But on my discussions, what we're going to be discussing today, I put breaking news, sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows, because I thought maybe that would be okay. Yeah, bye to Rubio for being a flake. I'm on a Target watch list. I know, Robin. You missed some because the roofer was there. Well, you can go back and Chessie and just hear the replay. And unicorn farts. No, not in California. Not allowed to have those. Don't forget the lemon drops. Yeah, true. But lemon drops may be a little out there, Nancy. I don't want to stray too far, okay? Rubio is still mad because Trump called him Little Marco. Probably, John, probably. So I am off of restriction today. I don't know how long on Facebook, but I don't know how long that restriction will be off. More and more people every single day are on restriction. Yes, let's get into, I can see everybody. Well, first, before we get into Vegas and all that, Maria Chappelle Nadal, remember her? The person from who is a state Democrat leader in St. Louis, Missouri, the one who said that she wished Donald Trump would be assassinated. That one. Well, she didn't get fired as everybody was saying they were going to do. She got censured, censured, I should say. Big deal. She got a written reprimand, is what she got. And now what she did, she borrowed from the Dove commercial. You know, the controversial Dove commercial where there's an African-American woman dressed in brown, a white woman underneath her dressed in white. The black woman takes off her shirt, and it looks like she's becoming the white woman underneath her. And apparently there's also an Asian woman underneath the white woman, but we don't get to see that. But anyway, Chappelle Nadal went ahead and put Donald Trump at the top, taking off his shirt. And who does he become? Adolf Hitler. So once again, she didn't learn from before. Once again, I feel she should be fired. Once again, we'll see what they do about it. Now, she claims that she's part Puerto Rican. I thought she was African American only to hear her speak, and now she's part Puerto Rican. I guess she brings that up when it's convenient. But she's now worried about Puerto Rico and says that's why she's speaking out and doing doing the ripoff of the commercial and making Donald Trump look like Adolf Hitler, because she's concerned about the people in Puerto Rico and wants them to get help. And isn't that the way a senator is supposed to conduct themselves, doing things like that? Yes. That woman ought to be gone. And, feel free to drop them a line, especially if you are in St. Louis. Robin said, it's so disgusting. The liberals can be whatever they want. And they apparently, Robin, can do whatever they want and usually get away with it. Just an interesting discovery about Facebook, Susan. I shared your link to my fan page, and from there started putting it out. Facebook doesn't forward comments to your live broadcast from other fan pages. Pretty interesting, Bill. Pretty interesting. I noticed that I wasn't getting a lot of the comments that were from this Facebook Live either. So, hello, Jamie. Jamie, you missed your commercial. I did a commercial for you for the goodies that you sent me and the simple plate. So I really appreciate that. And just telling everybody they need to go to carolinaprepper.com or carolinafoodstorage.com and get some stuff. John says she's a racist. These lefts are acting like Hamas towards Israel, Daniel said. I guess now we can choose the ethnicity we feel like when we wake up. There you go, Teresa. And even if you're not that ethnicity, if you feel like it today, you can be that ethnicity. Oh, it's okay, Jamie. It is Friday the 13th after all. America is screwed. Good luck. Well, thanks for for the encouragement there. Egg profile. Food and guns. There you go. What more do you need, right? God, food, and guns. Yes, you can be whatever sex you are too. I'm Scottish today. Gonna get a kill, Jerry said. Today I'm a Great Dane. There you go. Congratulations, Marianne. Hey, Max. Good to see you. Okay, so let's get into more stuff. Jesus Campos is nowhere to be found. As some of you mentioned, Laura Loomer last night went back to his house because Jesus was supposed to be on with, there you go, at least you said good luck. He was supposed to be on with Sean Hannity and probably some other people. There you go, Facebook just disconnected me again. So anyway, unbelievable. Facebook Live just went down. I guess Facebook didn't like what I was saying again. So she went out to Jesus's house. She went up to the door. This time a woman came to the door. There wasn't a security guard there in the very beginning. She did come out, though, and say she wasn't allowed to talk about anything. The woman inside the house, who appeared to be perhaps a relative, said, I'm not allowed to talk to you about it. Yeah. And Facebook is there. Let's see if I can go live again. Let's see how that works now. So I don't know who the woman was. Like I said, it appeared to perhaps be a relative, but I'm not sure. Also, the security guard came running back over, said the same stuff. Basically, if you got anything you want to talk about, you need to go over and talk to Las Vegas Police Department, FBI, or anybody else that you want to talk to, just not him, because he wasn't going to say anything or tell them anything. It's pretty interesting that, what they're finding out about Jesus. He's kind of, according to Laura Loomer, he's been wiped off the pages. The security guard, off the pages of employment with Mandalay Bay. And again, this is what Laura Loomer is saying. Also, the security guard has the on-scene T-shirt that he's wearing, which Laura Loomer said last night in her Periscope that that company had been defunct since January 2017, that the license expired then, and they were right now only a virtual type company. Private security guard looked like a cop. Yeah, and she was saying that there were unmarked cars there. Hey, hello, Pamela. Unmarked cars sitting in front of the house. Maybe the fake news story I tweeted 2 nights ago was true, Hugh said. Yeah, it's interesting. Something is rotten in Denmark. The car, the Corvette, the red Corvette that supposedly people are saying belonged to Jesus, had a license on it from 2006. Check the red car registration. Yeah, 2006. So he's either been driving around with an expired license for 11 years, or something's up with that. Not sure what's going on with that. Let's see if I can go live again now on Facebook. I've gotten off and come back on. Let's see what happens. My guess is the answer is no, but let me see. Putting this back up. Okay, looks like we're back up. We'll see if anybody now has gone away. How the heck do we get the truth? Robin, I don't think we're going to get the truth. Also, the sheriff is not telling the truth, Jamie said. I call false flag report saying the Vegas shooter is an FBI agent, Jamie said. So I think there's supposed to be another news conference today. Laura Loomer says she's going to be there at the news conference as well. So this is part 2 for all of you who are on Facebook Live. I got kicked off a minute ago, just like yesterday, and I'm coming back up to see if it stays on or not. People have to keep digging on their own. Exactly, because you're not going to find anything else out without doing that. We heard yesterday, and I was reading too, that all of the cell phones and that were down there and on the field had been wiped clean and returned to the people. Wayne Root said there was a note and a video not being reported. Could possibly be. This was a foiled gun running sting. FBI is responsible, Pamela said. Yeah, it's hard to say exactly what happened. Wipe clean phones, yeah. So why would you do that? And some of the videos of a live link video, there was a live link video that showed, hey Patrick, you're back, that showed the actual events happening, and it was pretty gruesome. That video is now gone. They're saying that the video violated their policies or whatever. No, Hugh, I think just for you. Yeah, need to find that video. I don't know where that video is now, though, Jamie, because it has been taken off that live leak. What time is Vegas press conference? I don't know, because they didn't say. Maybe somebody in Vegas knows when the press conference is. Oh, you're sitting in the dentist's office. Ooh, Carmen, no. Yeah, maybe Hillary Clinton went there and wiped it clean with bleach or something. Is that what they're talking about? Is that how they got it cleaned? Not sure what time, Marianne said. I have a feeling it's going to be late in the afternoon. Don't know why. Just a feeling. But it was interesting, again, to see her. And nobody else was out in front of his house. That was interesting, too. I know. They're tickling the truth. I'm getting closer. They can't handle the truth. I think that, just like Laura said last night, hey, Monique, this is part 2, Monique, that nobody was in front of his house. Here this guy was supposed to speak, and yet he didn't speak, and then nobody was in front of the house trying to figure out where he was. And the only thing this guy could say was, feeding the videos to their own programs. Oh, okay. Nancy, if you can find out where those things are, let us know. But nobody was there in front of the house trying to figure out where he was. Nobody even questioned why he wasn't there. So that's pretty, it's pretty odd. And the security guard was only worried about telling her, you can't be here after 10 o'clock because there's it's an ordinance. You can't bother people. Press can't be here after 10 o'clock. The guard was in his car, then came out after Laura knocked on the door. And isn't it interesting, Jerry? He did let her get pretty far. She went up to the door, knocked on the door. The woman spoke to her for a minute or two. And then he came out, which I was surprised. Maybe he was asleep. And did you notice when she was talking to him, his phone kept going off several times there. He kept taking out his cell phone, clicking off something. He'd put it back, do it again. Hey, good morning, Robert. So somebody was calling. Somebody either knew she was there. Somebody wanted to get some information to him. I don't know what that was. But it happened several times. Hey, Mike. Just that he canceled. That's all that Hannity said, was that he canceled. Hey, Bill, you're back. Yay. Bill, you put out too much information. They must have read that. Yes, you cannot share on Facebook, part of censorship. Yeah, I'm not supposed to be censored anymore. Today, I got out of jail today on Facebook. So hopefully they'll be able to share. Campos also canceled another interview. Yeah, Jerry, I think he was supposed to do several interviews, and they had him in like one location, and all of a sudden he was gone. Hey, Robert, good morning. Thank you for the flowers. Yeah, yippee. I'm not sure if you can see me. I can see you perfectly on Facebook. Only thing, I can't hear you. Monique, everybody else I think can hear me, so you might want to go out and come back in. Not sure why you can't. At least everybody could hear me a few minutes ago. So, yes, I know, Rhonda. I got freed from jail. How interesting and how nice for me, right? John Guandolo is from Understanding the Threat. Yes. Good. Yeah, this political Pamela, they were talking about on Facebook Live. Can any? Yeah, I think people can hear me. Miss just be one person that can't. Something fishy with that guy. Yeah, something. You know, seriously, if you were watching this and you didn't know what a horrible tragedy had taken place, you would think that you were watching something out of CSI or something. Maybe just go out and come back in, Monique. The whole thing stinks. Yes, the whole Las Vegas thing stinks. There's something like really wrong. I think he's illegal. Could be. Could be. Facebook sent me a notice of an offensive picture. It was me holding a coffee cup with the American flag. Loud and clear. Good. Patrick can hear me. Thank you. I thought you could hear me pretty well. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty Susan is free at last, Spencer said. Yep, but for how long? If you guys could, we're at the halfway point. If you would please retweet this, I would really appreciate it, because I'm going to get into talking to you about something I put up yesterday about why women are coming forward now, and why now, because everybody's been asking that. And I would like to say one thing about California. I'm finding out and reading yesterday that there were not mass evacuations from the fires that were called. They didn't want to have people getting in the way of the first responders, is what I'm hearing. People have died, perhaps because they didn't notify people and do a mass evacuation. There's going to be lawsuits. Lawsuits. Robert said ISIS is coming from Mexico. If you watch that movie, Cartel Land, you'll learn a lot. That's on Netflix. Cartel Land. You'll see what's going on in Mexico. Okay, Monique. There's blood on California's hands. We all on our cell phones, they have a way to contact us on our cell phones when something like this happens and tell us to evacuate or tell us what's going on. They didn't do that, according to what I read. Now, this is allegations. According to what I read, they didn't do that. Cartel Land on Netflix, yes. Movie is interesting. And they probably cut out a lot. They are Afghan, possibly, Robert said. That's insane. The first thing they should do is evacuate everyone in the line of fire. Yes, Robin, they should have. They should have sent out a mass notification to cell phones telling those people to get out of there. Now, I wanted to, again, talk to you a little bit about, then thank you for those that went ahead and retweeted and shared this and invited your followers. You know that different things are coming out. Let's talk about, okay, we got Harvey Weinstein. I just saw that Rose Gowan, I believe is her name, the first lady who accused him. It just said breaking news there that she is now accusing him of raping her. So it's more than sexual harassment. Here's some more McGowan. Thank you. I'm not familiar with who she is, and I can never keep her name in my head because I don't remember her on anything. I know she's probably very popular, but I don't remember her. Last night, Amazon boss Roy Price was suspended after accusations of sexual harassment. Accusations from a TV producer. I think her name is Isa Hackett, which, anyway, she claims that he repeatedly propositioned her at a company party in 2015, and that she said, allegations are she was in a taxi cab with him, going to the company party. He was making lewd remarks. Some of the lewd remarks I can't say on here because this is going to be rebroadcast. She claims that she told him that she was a lesbian, that she was married, and that she was a mother, but he continued to make the lewd remarks and come on to her. Again, these are allegations. Now, and he, like I said, Amazon boss has been suspended until they can look through all this. Yeah, that's a mouthful. Now, ex-Playboy Playmate said that Oliver Stone grabbed her breasts, that he came up to her and honked it like a horn, her words, her allegations, more than 20 years ago at a party honoring Oliver Stone, Oliver Stone, not to be confused with Roger Stone. And let me tell you some more. Right now, on Thursday, London's Metropolitan Police are said to be assessing an allegation of sexual abuse made against Oliver Stone. They're saying right now it doesn't appear to be anything that has to do with child abuse, but it's sexual abuse, and they don't think it's child abuse. Those are the allegations. Now, also, get the Stones right. More accusations. Turning down the advances. This one person says that Boston TV's sports anchor, a man by the name of James, a Western Massachusetts native who was hired as an anchor and a reporter by NESN in May, has led to an aspiring actress and model claiming she was harassed. And she put this on a Facebook post after he launched personal attacks on her looks, career, and hometown. Her experience appears endemic of how women in the television and movie industry are treated by many powerful men, according to the accusations. She wrote about her encounter with Mark James in a detailed Facebook post on Saturday, saying it all began when the NESN anchor approached her on the street last July. I guess she supposedly turned him down and he didn't like it, and that's when the harassment kind of started. One other with Ben Affleck. We talked about him a little bit yesterday. There is another woman now. Hey, Brenda, good to see you. This is part 2, Brenda. Part 1 I got knocked off of Facebook and I came back up. Anna Marie Tindler, a makeup artist and wife of comedian John Mulaney, talked on, that says lit up Twitter on Wednesday, giving the full rundown of Affleck's exploits at Golden Globes party in 2014. She wrote, "I would also love to get an apology from Ben Affleck, who grabbed my behind at a Golden Globes party in 2014, Tindler wrote. She also wrote, "He walked by me, cupped my butt, and pressed his finger into the middle of the creases." Let's just say that. I guess he tried to play it like he was politely moving me out of the way, and oops, touched my butt instead of my lower back. Like most women in these situations, I didn't say anything, but I have thought a lot about what I'd say if I ever saw him again. Comedy writer Jen Statsky backed up Tindler's account of the party, saying, "I was also at this party and multiple friends had the exact same experience." It's all breaking at the same time. Whatever is done in secret will always come to light. Hollywood will suffer. Clint Eastwood will be the last director standing, Spencer said. Yeah, I think, now, here is why I believe that all of this is coming out right now. Remember when I told you, what was it, a few days ago, and I've kind of mentioned it before, I even wrote an article about it called Sexism Agenda Being Pushed by Liberal Women for Upcoming Elections. They're coming out now because there is a push, and I really feel this with everything in me. There is a push to get more women elected, more women in power, more women in politics, and at the same time, to diminish the role of men. You can believe it or not, those are my feelings. I wrote an article, like I said, Sexism Agenda Being Pushed by Liberal Women for Upcoming Elections. The first was Hillary Clinton, who basically tried to blame women for her loss, saying that you listen to your husbands and that's why you didn't vote for me. So men were the enemy. Hey, Karen, good to see you. And then right after that, who do we have? Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who comes out and says that sexism played a role in Hillary's loss in the 2016 elections. I had no doubt that it did, and she went on to say that while other things could have been a cause for the loss, sexism was a major factor. So what are we seeing here in Hollywood? Sexism, sexism, sexism. And who's at the root of all sexism? Men. And let's see, Michelle Obama. No, it wasn't. What, Jesse? Oh, that wasn't the reason. These female feminists are sick. Pamela said. Michelle Obama, in a recent interview, let the audience know that women are weak in so many words. She said by saying sometimes that men are saying something but not saying a lot, but are taking up a whole lot of space. So she diminished men right there in her beginning of her speech. She went on to say, we've been socialized to sit there and be quiet and to we think 12 times before we open our mouths. Well, maybe I'm wrong. We argue in our heads and we think before I speak up, it has to be perfect. Any woman who voted against Hillary Clinton voted against their own voice, she went on to say. And it said it doesn't say as much about Hillary, and everybody's trying to worry about what it means for Hillary. And no. What does this mean for us as women? That we look at those two candidates as women, and many of us said, he's better for me. His voice is more true to me. To me, that just says you don't like your voice. You like the thing you're told to like. And I know some of you were agreeing with me. I'm telling you, this is going to be a full-on war coming against men. It's already started. It's been going on for quite a while. And they're coming out right now because they are all going to converge on this. You're going to see when the elections 2018, especially 2020, female president is for me, it's a certain they're going to do that. And they're going to, I'm a man and I even hate you yourself. Don't hate yourself. But this is going to get worse. Men, you need to stand up for yourselves. That's okay, Nina. I'm glad you're here. But I'm telling you, this is something that's happening and going on. If you're an adult and are being bullied or harassed, you're an idiot. Well, Sippy, I know some people, who've been sexually harassed. I was sexually harassed at like 20 years old when we didn't have sexual harassment laws on the job. Lots of women staying with predators. Hillary reflects poorly on women. Julia, I agree. Hollywood ain't Vegas, baby. Yeah, Spencer. I hope it backfires on them. Liberal women are the worst, Robin said. Yeah, I think a lot of women in here know. A lot of women in here know what it's like to be sexually harassed on the job during times, again, when there weren't laws to protect you. Men matter, dads matter, stand as heroes and lead with honor. We need you. Yep. I was sexually harassed too, Daniel said. There you go. And see, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about you because you're a guy. We, and we don't care, and I say we meaning the left, we don't care as a man that you were sexually harassed. We don't care that Corey Feldman was sexually harassed. Nobody's talking about them. They came out a long time ago and said, hey, look, this is happening to me. Did it get any press coverage? Nope. Nope, it didn't. Is this getting press coverage? Oh, you bet. You were hired for your looks, not your brain. Yep. It's a horrible feeling, not sure what to do, afraid of being fired. Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing. That Ben Affleck video, if you saw that, man, that was pathetic. That's when he was doing Jersey Girl, and he was dragging this reporter, this French reporter, onto his lap, basically groping her, sexualizing her, whatever you want to call it. People knew all of this stuff was going on. They had to have known that. And they did nothing about it. Other women knew it. Other men knew it. People that weren't getting sexually harassed, and they didn't do anything about it. Nancy, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree that there are some people out there who are, you know, hey, Debbie, that wouldn't mind it. Loose, there you go. Thank you. Thank you for that word. I couldn't find that. I know that's true, and I know that happens, but I honestly do know that women get sexually harassed, men get sexually harassed, and again, it's like, oh, you're a guy, oh well, but you're a woman, okay, we're going to put you out there, we're going to tell everybody, and this will stay in the news and continue. Now, when I was sexually harassed, I'll tell you briefly what happened to me on one occasion. This man who was my boss came up behind me, patted me on the rear end. I turned around and I said, do that again, and that'll be the last thing you ever do. And I reported him, and nothing was done. Just because they're famous doesn't give permission to harass. That's exactly true, Daniel. I think we just seen the tip of the iceberg. I think so too. Thanks, Teresa. I think there is stuff that is so deep, vile, and disgusting. This is the tip of the iceberg. This stuff has been going on not only with females, not only with men. Yes, it did stop for me. Donna, it did, because the guy knew I was serious. Yeah. You know, Amanda, the only reason I didn't get fired, it was a government contract that we were under. I was working for a private firm, but we had a government contract. I'm sure that's probably why I didn't get fired. I've seen the enemy, and they are us. Look no further than within our borders. We are destroying America while ISIS and others watch and wait, Patrick said. Yep. I thank God for my biblically strong husband, who is truly the head of our home, Robin said. I was harassed by the head at Cocoa Reef Resort and Spa 19 years ago, where I worked as a waitress. I don't know, too many women who haven't had some experience. And the guys too, but some of the guys don't talk about it. Yeah, I think we're going to find a lot. I mean, there's been so many accusations about with children and how they've been abused. It's the darkness is being exposed. Let's teach our sons and daughters modesty, respect, and honor. But all the men around him laughed at him. Barbara said, I think I would punch first and warn later. I was appalled. Casting Couch Part 2, Spencer said. Hey, Brian, good to see you. I mean, if something like that happens to you, it does take you off guard. It really does. And if you're by yourself, which I was in an office, yeah, amen for exposing the dark. I love Hollywood falling. Karma is lovely. It's what is happening is, again, some of the idols that people have seen and used of Hollywood. I mean, Hollywood has been a lot of people, their idols for a very long time. And now we're starting to see truly who they are. Thank you for the compliment. If it comes from you, I appreciate it. Just scan Periscope and see what young girls are doing. I know, Fred. I'm telling you. And again, what I've seen on Twitter, shocking. We've got to, again, it starts in the home, and it starts with raising your children on biblical principles. It really does. But we don't have, thanks to society today, we really don't have a lot of intact families, and a lot of time and a lot of people who are willing to do that. Casting Couch in Hollywood has always been going on. Thank you for your perspective. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. It has always been going on, and I don't know if it was worse then or worse now. I really don't know. You go in scopes to try to warn young women. Good. Girls and boys using their body as power because of lack of good. I flaunted in the home. Kardashians have demoralized our country. Well, they haven't helped. That's for sure. But they have to. You have to take some responsibility, for your own. I mean, the parents need to be responsible for their own children and help their children. I was sexually harassed by coworkers when I worked out of the home before kids. No one would ever help, Robin said. It is a shame. Yeah, it may have been worse in the past because you had nobody to turn to then. Nobody would have helped you. We would have blacklisted you right away. We only watch TV but a few hours a week. Good idea, Teresa, I know. Folks are able to talk nowadays, yes. And let me just tell you, I'm glad for the women that are coming forward and doing it. I just feel like with the left, there's always an agenda mixed in with things. Need to go have a blessed weekend. You too, Barbara. Thank you for coming in. There needs to be a tighter statute. Yeah, the powerful get away with far too much. I love James Woods. I don't know that anybody would ever accuse him of anything. Why is it okay to wait 20 years to tattle? Pedophiles need to be strung up. Okay, I'll leave that there. I don't necessarily think, Nancy, that it's okay to wait 20 years. I don't know why they didn't come out sooner, but then again, if they're not in Hollywood anymore, some of them, I can see maybe why they just didn't bring it up. This is also still rampant on Capitol Hill, too. Don't let that virgin white dome fool you, Spencer said. Good point. He was blacklisted for being conservative. Oh, yeah, Donna, for sure. Absolutely he was. That's why he just kind of quit show business, because he knew he wasn't going to get parts. I'm talking about James Woods. Yeah, and, that is going on in politics. Anywhere, not just Hollywood. Why do people wait so long? Could be a lot of reasons, Nancy, and I know I'm not telling you anything you don't know and can't figure out yourself. I mean, it could be afraid of losing your job, afraid of being blacklisted, afraid of that somebody won't believe you, a lot of fear. What about the kids in Hollywood? Elijah Wood's story got swept under the rug. Media is complicit. Yes. And so did Corey Feldman. Hey, Hassan, good to see you. Prayers for Hassan, who's going to be traveling a lot, everybody. So say prayers for him, if you will. Some women did tell, nobody listened. Mighty blessed one, good point. And now people use false harassment to take down world leaders who are men. Well, that was tried before. Filed a grievance at a job once against a black employee insulting whites, was blackballed. Political said. Prayers are going up for you, Hassan. People are praying for your safe travels. I mean, again, it's happening right now to the left, but I think, again, the left is willing to sacrifice the men. And this is going to help them in their agenda in the upcoming elections. All right, thank you. Think. Prayers for your safety, Hassan, they're saying over here. Lee said, let's see how much exposure to child pedo in Hollywood gets exposed. We can't show our support for Donald Trump. No left or right, only fearful partisans. I think, with the children, I'm not sure that the children are ever going to be brought up. I mean, if you look at sex trafficking, if you look at trafficking of children, it is a huge billion-dollar industry. They're going to put up Kamala. They're already grooming her for the position. And Oprah, yes. Oprah, Kamala, or Michelle. It will be one of them. I believe most, in fact, tell someone in confidence fairly swiftly. They could. They probably tell their families for the most part, I think. I know, Chessie. I know. I may be old fashioned, but I don't feel women should be in the highest office of the land. That's just my opinion, Robin said. The left have sexualized everything. That's right, Cully. So, it's amazing. They have sexualized everything, but they find some things a problem and some things not a problem. Kamala Harris would be horrible. Wonder what dirt Oprah has. Again, we need to go and continue to look for things to expose the left. We really, really do. We can't show our patriotism without losing jobs either. What about that? There you go, Nancy. But Nancy, I mean, how many people have come in here and said that they have a First Amendment right at work? Nancy? Not you, but you know what I'm saying. How many people have come in here almost on a daily basis and said that, hey, Mrs. Second Amendment, I didn't see you earlier. They do lie. I mean, people who think that they have a First Amendment right at their jobs, they're mistaken. They do have employment rights and certain employment rights, but it doesn't give you the right to come in and do anything you want. And I think people are finding that out. Be cautious of showing support November 4th. Yeah, Marty, I know. People have argued with me on that. Susan, what happened with your horse picture? It's missing. No, it's up there. You just can't see it. I moved the camera a little bit. Oprah needs to stay out of politics and religion. She makes me sick, Kim said. Michelle O won't either because she seems lazy to me. I don't know. Kamala, Michelle, and Oprah, the three horsemen of the apocalypse, Patrick said. Millions worshipped Oprah. Millions still do worship Oprah. Supreme Court ruling. Just like Catholics in the past, evil, and now after years being prosecuted. Good point, Deborah. Good point. Evil surfaces sooner or later. Actor Terry Crews said he was harassed as well, Josette said. I know, that one was a funny one, wasn't it good? I think that Oprah was abused as a child. I don't think she would tolerate that. No, but President, please no. Yeah, I know, Lisa. I don't think that Oprah has the political wherewithal. Milo has a point. Interesting. Oprah is... I think that they made a deal with the devil. Some people... Well, I think some people have in the industry. Yeah. But I don't see her as having the political fortitude and wherewithal and intelligence, although she's an intelligent woman. Don't see her politically having it. I know, Robin. It's like I stopped reading some of those comments. It's like, look at Oprah's eyes on her magazine. Diamond eyes, not natural. I have never looked at her eyes and probably don't intend to. The devil is in the details of these people. She doesn't have the stamina. Who knows? Oprah needs Jenny. Okay. I'm not going to read these things. As it is, I'm in trouble enough on getting everything saying that it's advertiser unfriendly. Yeah, Oprah is, she's a big leader of the left. Let's face it. That's what she is and what she does. One bit of information before we go. A man named Pedro Cortez, who's a Democrat in Pennsylvania. He's Pennsylvania's Secretary of State. He abruptly resigned from office on Wednesday, 3 weeks after his agency came under criticism for a glitch that may have allowed thousands of ineligible immigrants statewide to vote. His departure was announced in a kind of a personal update email from the governor that offered no reason and focused almost entirely on his replacement. He served as the state's top election official. His departure comes a week after State Representative Darrell Metcalf, chairman of the House State Government Committee, and 15 of his colleagues sent Cortez a letter to express their dire concern about the disclosure three weeks earlier. So even with that, even if all of those thousands of ineligible immigrants voted statewide, Trump still won Pennsylvania. Susan, this week, The View has been very quiet. It was great to watch clips. Oh, I can never watch The View. God bless you if you can watch 5 minutes of it. Great. So again, thank you, Susan. Have a good weekend. You too, Lee. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. If you would, please share this, retweet this. Please, please, please. And once again, if you would go to my articles at susanknowles.com and share those, it would really help me. Yes, let's get Whoopi to run. Well, the good news is that you look like you're singing. So we'll be watching when we get to destination. Until then, God bless and keep on singing, Susan. Monique, I don't know why you can't hear today. Are you sure your sound is turned up? Maybe you have your phone on mute. God bless everyone. You guys, thank you for the horse, Jules. And, have a great weekend. God bless you guys. Hey, Patricia, please listen and share the replays. Thank you so much. God bless you. We'll talk soon. Let me see if I can get off of, there we go. Oh, there again. It did it again. Every time I try to get off Periscope, something else comes up and it stops me. Thank you on YouTube.